Hey guys, how's it going? Basically, it's the wrap up of the Speakerfest 2022 at the Arizona Audio Video Club's hopefully annual again event. We had a really good turnout. It was, I think somebody said it was about 90% was non-club members who are now club members to the end of the year by default with their admission, uh, fees into the event. And the Orchard Audio Room had really good response with the ELACs. Everybody that came in there was blown away with the sound. All the between Leo's streaming tools or streaming setup with his DAC, his amplifiers, the hockey pucks on top of the monoblocks, which some people thought it was a vibration dampening device. And then one dude who was an ex-hockey player, he's like, "What's with the hockey pucks, man?" I'm like, "Well, straight wire Jerry had given us some 1 foot banana to banana cables to go from the ELAC bookshelves to the little Bosk monoblocks, and they just barely made it, and it would cause the amp to kind of tilt up, and it would look stupid. So, 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday, I had a bunch of hockey pucks in my closet there. So I grabbed them. And I said, "Leo, don't worry, this will work." And unfortunately, Leo and I didn't shoot any video. Kind of like interview, kind of me interviewing him, and you know, doing like an on the spot thing at the show. In the room. Again, it was just him and me running the room. The other guys in the club were busy running the other rooms with the speaker showdowns, and I think the Philharmonic speakers turned out to be the show winners, and then the ATC 40s, the KLH 5s. I briefly listened to them, so I'm not gonna say good, bad, or ugly about it, but honestly, I don't like the looks, man. It just reminds me of late 1970s, 1980s realistic speakers. Not that there was anything wrong with them, because I mean, hell, my first homebrews were, a realistic woofer and the realistic biradial dome tweeter, right? But yeah, I just didn't like the looks of it. It just looked kind of cheap and cheesy, even though I know it's MDF, real wood veneers, and they went with the whole retro look. And you know, I heard them. I really wanted to get them in my house last week, but the fucking boxes that they came in, because they come with the stands, uh, Jeff was more than happy to let me have them for a couple of days, provided I bring it to the show, either Friday night or early Saturday morning. And I just couldn't, we had the rental Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so there was no way. And so that was a opportunity lost, because then I could have properly evaluated them in my rig, in my system, in my room. Um, but yeah, it was a really good event. We had a really nice turnout. Lots of great comments. I know Leo's going to get some business out of it. And speaking of which, so I know you guys have saw my transformer version of the Ultra amplifier, the multi-channel stuff. So I did get the prototype chassis in from my friend George up in Chicago, and it's kick-ass. It's very thick aluminum, all powder coated black, and it just shit. I hope that can pick up on the mic. Edit it later, and it's gonna look really nice. I'm gonna put the Orchard Audio one of the labels that I have on the front. I'll get my wife to put it on. And the only disappointment, and it's my fault, the AC inlet that I ordered with the fusible AC inlet, it's good enough for the rating. It's got a 10 amp rating. I'm using a 8 amp, two 8 amp series fuses in it, because it's got that fusible holder with the two fuses. I don't know. So I'm gonna use it in mine, or I might swap it out with the one that I've got in my Bose Mini DSP EQ, but that's later. But hopefully by this weekend I'll be able to do a video on that build completed and up and running. So binding posts are all from this company in France, Audio something. I'll post links on the when I finish the board the amp build there. My friend Kurt is getting the current Ultra amplifier with the dual Hypex power supplies and the 2 6-pack caps to evaluate for about a month against his John Curl original JC1s to see if the hype is real, so to speak. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh yeah, so talking to Leo, he's not going to do the transformer stuff. So he's going to continue doing the setup that he's got right now with the Hypex power supplies and all that. He's going to talk to George about making a chassis for his uses. Whether that's going to happen for real or not, that all depends on Leo and, if he likes what George has to offer. On my side, what I'm going to be doing with Leo's permission is anytime a customer wants a toroidal transformer type amp build, I'll do it for them. And the whole plan is that they would order the Ultra amplifier modules from Leo, whether they need 2 channels, 3 channels, 4 channels, or 5 channels, doesn't matter. It'll be the same transformer, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 modules. The soft start module that I'm going to use, yes, it's pricey. It's going to come from Neurochrome up in Canada, because I will not use those fucking Chinese ones anymore. You guys saw my last video there. It saved me thousands of dollars in amp modules, but the fact that when the fuse blew, the damn module was no good after that. Did not. That's the second one I went through. And they charge you $70 a pop with the shipping, so never again. So I'll be getting that in hopefully next week. But I'm going to start the build on on my transformer amp. And so yeah, that's the plan. Basically, I'd order the panels for the chassis in bulk from George, order the Ultra amp modules from Leo, order the transformer with the rectifier boards from John, add the additional capacitance either via Leo's purple 6-pack caps, which to me is a more elegant solution, and it's a safer solution too. My big cap thing, it works great, right? But it's, it's kind of fugly looking. There's no argument. So to some people it's going to look cool, to other people it's like, what the fuck is that? So yeah, that's a future going plan. It's only tea in there. There's no booze. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and I can't wait to get this proper amp build done, and then once and for all it'll be parked in my rack, and it'll be there permanently. No more opening and closing stuff. And I'll be able to finally chuck the Niles box in the because I'm not doing any more project amps like that, nor prototype amps like that. And that's the other thing. When I do offer it to people outside, it'll be through PayPal. I'm not expecting to be a millionaire from this. Just cover my costs and the labor charge, which is essentially going to be the same labor charge that Leo gives me. So I'm not going to try to rip anybody off or anything like that. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. I'm going to pre-order the panels from George once I know there's legitimate interest in the transformer version, because obviously if I buy more panels from him to build the chassis, it's going to be cheaper. Sound quality wise, between the Hypex and the transformer, it's very little. But I know with a lot of people, having a big they love the transformers like I love the transformers, but they're heavy, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, 30-pound transformer George's box, once assembled, is going to add another 10 pounds. So get ready to lug about a 40-pound amp, whether it's a stereo or two mono blocks. We can go either way, but it'll be a really sexy looking amplifier. One thing I will say, it'll have the Orchard Audio tree on the front of it, because I'm not going to put my name on it, because it's Leo's printed circuit boards, it's Leo's design amplifier, it's John at Antec's transformer, right? Obviously the rectifier boards are off the shelf. The only thing I did was George did the SolidWorks, the design in SolidWorks, and we went through back and forth a lot, like you saw in the earlier CAD photos that I uploaded. But the thing is, it's going to be done if there's interest in it. And if there's interest in it, basically what I'll do is I'll send the person who's going to buy the stuff, I'll say, okay, here's the links. Here's John at Antec's. This is the transformer and rectifier boards that you need to order. Have it shipped to me. With George, I'll have him ship me the panels, and I'll keep them in inventory. With Leo, obviously, it's going to be and it can be the way this chassis is. It's going to be universal. So if you want the little Bosch mono blocks, we can do that, because the bottom plate's already drilled out for it. Or if you want the Ultra modules, we can do that too. So it's either or. And so there's that going for it. So basically, yeah, the customer would individually order everything, right? And they can basically do stuff like, there's no push button on the front panel. So there's nothing, because Leo's already had a couple of customers where they didn't like the push button LED on. They just wanted the button to turn the power on and off, but they didn't like the light bothering them. So this will kind of solve that problem on my end. And honestly, even though it's a transformer amplifier, I leave it on 24/7, because at idle it's going to use next to nothing power. So yeah, guys, it's basically, it was a really good turnout this weekend. The guys in the club were happy with it. Leo and I were just amazed at the foot traffic and the interest. And, we had people visit 2-3 times. One of the gentlemen in the club didn't hear enough treble from the ELACs, so Jeff kindly lent us the Polk R200s, which were the harshest and most peaky sounding speakers at the event. Sorry, Polk, but that's what the consensus was. And we hooked him up to Leo's amp, and the gentleman from the club there, who, I've kind of had him on the hook for about a year to buy the amp from Leo, but we almost didn't have a sale on Saturday. And then thanks to Jeff, borrowed the speakers, he heard the treble, okay, all is good again. It wasn't the amplifier, it was the speakers. No big deal. And I met another gentleman that's got a double stack of Bose Continentals with the piano black finish, which look what I did. And so I met up with him, and I'm going to help him out in his Bose journey. And one thing people were impressed with too was when we told them that if you buy one of his amplifiers, it's built by me here in Phoenix, and I just hand deliver it to wherever it's got to go, with my ulterior motive being I want to hear it in their rig. And yeah, that's about it, guys, for this one. The usual rambling. I think I went above 10 minutes. Anyways, have a good rest of your week, and hopefully I'll be doing another video this weekend with a finished the DIY amp, the multi-channel amp. Take care, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.